Hey everybody, how y'all doing? I'm gonna give you guys my Steins Gate review and recap on episode 22. Now, don't be surprised if you actually saw this a little out early, okay? After episode 22, humiliated, trampled on by this episode. Wow. Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! No! 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 You can't! Just that episode alone, and then after that, there's a crazy ending continuing. Why? Why? Oh, I'll get started right away, okay? Okay, at the beginning of the episode we have to it that Kirisu's on top of the rooftop, and then Ocarine ends up meeting Kirisu there and asked her like, yo, what are you doing here? She goes like, what else? I'm just hanging out in the spot. Ocarine therefore tells her, you're gonna get sunburned, and then Kirisu says, hey, I said the same thing to you, and besides, it's cloudy. And Okarine's like, what else, huh? So, what are you gonna do? And later on, when it was cloudy a bit, have a little small talk here and there, and then a drop of rain comes by, and then he goes like, hey. He tries to tell her, but she didn't listen. He goes like, hey, it's raining. And she goes like, what? And then it was raining hard, pouring hard on her and him. And they end up screaming, going, let's get inside. And then and then we have a comedic moment between Okabe and Kurisu, and they end up having a little small lovey-dovey funny talk where Okabe ends up seeing her breast, and her bra, and she goes like, "Oh my gosh, what are you looking at?" He goes like, "What? I didn't mean to look. I didn't mean to look at your like scrawny body or something." And she goes like, "Hey, say anymore, and I'll freaking turn your membrane cerebral cortex like into pickle juice, And I'll think my mind, oh my gosh, that's real funny right there. And then therefore, she complains at the beginning, go like, why didn't you tell me it was raining? He goes like, I told you, but you didn't listen. You didn't pay attention, And so forth. So, yeah. Talk about some serious stuffings here and there. But eventually, as time continues on with its episode, we have to it that Ocarine has a rip on his lab coat, And that Kirisu's like, hey, why you have a rip on there? He goes like, I don't know. And she goes like, here, let me sew it up for you, okay? I'm not interested in seeing your scrawny body. And then Okabe teases her back about her scrawny body, and she goes like, pickle juice. That's what the subtitle said to me on my DVDs when I watched it, And so forth. So pretty much that that episode right there where it's just fun, that moment right there was pretty funny. And then Kurisu ends up asking Okabe, about a couple things here and there about like, what have you been doing lately, yeah? And he goes like, washed up my laundry coat, my lab coat here and there. And I've been trying to look for you. I had to go. Don't blame me, okay? I went to your hotel room. I tried calling you, but you don't pick up. I texted you, but you don't answer. So I have to like go do this and that. And Kurisu's like, hey, thanks for doing that for me, that kind of thing. And therefore, Okabe ends up talking to Kurisu a bit and says like, hey, is everything okay, that kind of thing. But Kurisu also mentions like, is this where I died? And then he goes like, how do you know? And she says, I have hazy memories, it showed me a little bit of things here and there. And therefore Kurisu tries to convince Okabe like, hey, do me a favor, save Mayuri. Even if I die, she'll be saved. Seeing how you put your life on the line and still care for her so many times, you know that, right? I tried figuring out about moving to the alpha to the beta line and trying to figure out some certain consequences or results of what happens, but there's nothing else I can do. And Okabe is like, no, no, I won't accept it. Okay, I'm gonna go and figure something out right now and do what I have to do. And therefore he runs up to the lab and tries to do the, and he ends up putting on the headphones and getting ready to do a time leap again, you know. But Kurisu stops him and says, "Yo, what are you doing? Do you have any idea what you're trying to do?" And therefore, Okabe's like, "Yeah, I know what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to change the result." But Kurisu therefore tells him, "You're just gonna like repeat the same event, and Mayuri is gonna die many times. It's gonna break you. You understand that? Do you not realize that?" And Okabe's like, "You're the one that don't get it, okay? I've seen Mayuri die in front of my eyes many times. I don't care. It's so numb to me. I'll do this over and over again and try to find a way how to change the results, okay? This is what I want to do." But Kurisu slaps him in the face and says, "Do you have any idea? Do you have any idea what you're doing? Even if you do this and that, Mayuri's gonna suffer more. You don't understand that, do you, or do you not?" And therefore, Okabe's like, I don't know, okay? I realize it too. It's just like I don't know anymore. Okabe was pretty much like in a very weak voice right now, and therefore, he says, "I can't save you. I'm sorry. I want to save you, but you seem like yeah." But we have to it that Kurisu therefore says, "I thank you for everything, okay? Like how you suffered so much for me, how much you want to save me. I'm very grateful. Seeing how you did all that for me, I can never forget." And Okabe's like, "Why? Why does it have to be you? Why can't it be someone else?" I bet he's thinking, And therefore, Kurisu's like, "What's wrong, huh?" And he goes like, "Okay, you were more than a lab member to me, okay?" She goes like, "Wait, what are you talking about? I love you." He said that in front of her and says, "I love you, okay? That's why I want to save you," and so forth. But things are never going the way I don't want. I don't want the way I want it to be, And Kurisu was actually blushed and surprised and shocked about this just by looking at her face, and she says, "Okay, close your eyes for a minute." He goes like, "What?" She says, "Just close your eyes for a minute, okay?" He goes like, "Okay, very well." He closes his eyes, and then Kurisu grabs his coat and then puts her lips onto his. That equals a kiss. And Okabe's like, "What's that?" And she goes like, "Look, it was a kiss, alright? It was my first kiss, so I don't know what's up, but guarantee of all heck, it's just like my first time right here and there." And therefore Okabe's like, "To let you know, you were not my first kiss. Apparently that's true, but it was not a romantic one. We all know what happened. I mean, if you guys even remember or even watched the anime or even read the visual novel, he kissed Moeka first to shut her up, But he says it wasn't romantic though. So yeah, and therefore he tells Kurisu one more time, okay? I didn't felt memorable. It felt uneasy, and therefore they end up kissing and kissing and kissing again, and then Kurisu's like thinking about the sad times here and there, and I'm thinking in my mind, oh my gosh, stop it, stop it, stop it. And then Okabe decides to see Kurisu off to her train, leaving Japan, and therefore he tells her he gives her a gift about some kind of version. She goes like, "I don't want this," and he says it's updated to 2.67, okay? And therefore Kurisu decides to give him something in return, which is a Dr. Pepper bottle soda. And therefore she goes off and she says something with the words here and there before she leaves, and she ends up thinking in her mind like, "You're the one, Okabe, you're the one that's gonna suffer the most, I mean, you will be the only one remembering me, no one else, as I will be gone and die," or something in the other line, that kind of thing. And therefore we have to it that Okabe and Daru is ready to get rid of that demon about Kurisu dies, gets stabbed and bled to death. And he was about to press that. Right when he's pressing the button, Kurisu showed up in front of him and says, "Hey, I came to tell you that I love," and then before she could finish her sentence, it changes, and I'm like, no! And therefore, Okabe did make a victory speech before he deleted that email right there, and then Kurisu shows up, and then I'm like, no! 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 And therefore, he ends up making a speech after changing the world line, and Mayuri tells him, like, it's okay. It's okay. Mayuri would be fine. You don't have to keep it inside yourself anymore. You can cry it out. And therefore, Okabe says, I don't need the full microwave anymore. I used it to meet Makise Kurisu, but I guess this is how it has to be, And when it was playing the credits, we have a little strange phone call that Daru picks up and says, huh? Dad? Who are you? Okarin? Hey, Okabe, mine is Suzuha. Hey, Okabe, someone wants to talk to you. And then therefore he goes like, yeah, who is it? Hey, it's Amane Suzuha. And then Okabe's like, wait, what are you doing here? Because if we remember back then in a couple episodes, she was dead and she shouldn't be there. But apparently if they're in the beta line right now, or beta line, or possibly like a couple things might have changed because like the divergence number went around like 1.1%, something like that, then guarantee I guess it's not over yet. And therefore she tells him, I need you to save the world to stop World War III. And I'm thinking in my mind, what? And therefore it plays a little like preview of the next episode, which I will like watch tomorrow night, and I guarantee the heck that I'm gonna finish this series at least on Thursday night at most, or Thursday. Dude. Oh my gosh, dude. After this episode, I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna make sure I finish this like on Thursday night or so, because you know what? This episode right here literally shattered me. I have no words to say. I have nothing else to go. So I'm gonna see you. I'll continue the next episode tomorrow night, like at least around this time for now or later. But I am totally shattered right now, guys. After seeing episode 22 right now, I'm totally shattered. I have no words to say. I don't know where to even begin. Okay. Oh my gosh. So I'm looking forward to the next episode tomorrow night. I'll see you guys in my next video or so. Until then, I'm Afazero. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time, alright? Peace out. Bye bye. Toot toot toot.